Hello world, I'm Robin Catling and this is Write On. Join me in my author journey as I delve into the craft of writing, bringing you tools, tips and lessons learned the hard way so you don't have to. Revision Planning with Troy Lambert. One of the sessions of last year's Writers' Summits covered revision planning with Troy Lambert. At Daniel David Wallace's Revising and Editing Workshop, Lambert presented a solid and concise approach to revising a novel. Author and writing coach Lambert set out a tried and trusted approach to revision that I've described here before. Step 1. Set it aside for a while so you can gain some objective distance from the manuscript you just finished. After a break, you'll return more like a reader than an author, the better to see what you're working with. Step 2. Reverse outlining without concern for plot structure. Read the draft, deconstruct each scene, summarize, do no editing. From this viewpoint, a scene should read like a whole mini-story, with a beginning, middle and end. If it doesn't, the scene structure itself needs work. In fast-paced fiction, you might only have one scene per chapter. More expansive fiction might contain several scenes per chapter. The end of a scene is usually marked by a change of location, action, time, or dialogue. Characters enter or exit at a change of scene, even when the action appears continuous. What we're aiming for is an objective reading and summary of what happened in the scene, with no edits and no commentary, just the facts. Step 3. Annotate with story structure. Evaluate the genre of the story, look at the story length, compare your chapters, scenes and sections to a plot structure to see how it aligns with recognized storytelling structures. You might choose the hero or heroine's journey, save the cat, 7-point, 17-point, 3 or 4 act story arc. The important thing is to identify rising and falling action and some turning points and plot points. These are present in literary classics from Pride and Prejudice, collector sticker, to The Remains of the Day. Good fiction does not follow a flatline narrative. This step will reveal pacing issues, fill plot holes, resolve storylines. You can map your scenes and chapters to story beats or scene cards. By understanding each plot point, you can put the puzzle pieces in place. Scenes will best fit to a solid structure. Don't be surprised that may not be the current order or structure in the draft. Some of those puzzle pieces may need to move in order to land the plot point in the most satisfying way. But at this stage, we compile an edit list. We don't edit. Get the whole story mapped to a satisfying structure first. Step 4. Edit time. Align your scenes and chapters to the structure you mapped. This may well impact the continuity of action, setting, and most importantly, character. Moving scenes earlier or later may demand rewrites to relink them in the new order they appear. It will also affect when and how the characters react and respond to events in this new sequence. Reactions, revelations, and deferred resolutions will impact the character arcs, bringing some changes forward, pushing others back. And don't forget, each scene is a mini-story. They have to include goals, a tangible character want and need on the surface. Underneath that will lie your author goals for the scene, how to advance the plot events and the character arcs. Motivation. Why do the characters want what they want? How does their scene motive relate to their needs or wants and relate to their overall motive? Conflict. What is the central conflict in each scene? How does it block or propel the characters toward their overall goal? Verb. What should the reader feel during and at the end of the scene? What reader response are we looking for, and how does the scene try to achieve it? Post-edit. At the end of each round of editing, Lambert suggests, read it again. Read it backwards, scene by scene, or chapter by chapter. This is another technique for creating objective distance from very familiar work. Read it aloud. The act of reading aloud brings a very physical presence to the words on the page. It also reveals awkward, difficult, or unclear language. If it helps, put the text through a text-to-speech reader and listen back. Hearing it through a voice other than your own will highlight further issues. There's way more detail in Lambert's revision plan, but this is the summarized and highly effective version. That's all for this time. Thanks for stopping by. You can like and subscribe to the channel, or go to robincatling.info to check out the blog.